6.5 FM, KCAA Loma Linda.
Beautiful day, man.
It is, yeah.
I'm loving this weather.
It's starting to get hot.
Dude, yesterday was 95 degrees
I know, that's crazy.
in April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Yeah, we're
rough
screwed.
summer.
Imagine, because what's the hottest month?
The hottest month is like
August, right?
August, yeah.
August, yeah. That's 4 months
Yeah.
from now. Which is
Yeah.
insane. But, I'm taking it all in today. I went to Mark's house. I had the barbecue.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
he actually called me about it, but
Yeah.
my mom is visiting from Texas.
Yeah, Mama's here.
Yeah, so shout out.
Shout out to Mom. Yeah, this is the first time I got to meet her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's right over there.
Yeah, I can see where the features are split between
Yeah,
the two.
right.
You do look like a lot like your dad, though.
Yeah.
For sure. But anyway, so we were going to have a guest on this week, guys.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he wanted to reschedule till next week, which is totally fine, and I'll give you guys a little sneak peek. He dated a witch.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and she cast some spells on him, so
Uh-oh.
we got to hear those stories.
Yeah.
And, speaking of which, I want...
Speaking of which.
Speaking of which, that's a good one. Oh, so I heard some stories, some real estate stories, and I kind of want to share them just because, like, they're a little out there. And one of them has to do with this lady was selling her house,
Yeah.
and she's a witch, right? But the agent didn't know. So she walks into the house, and she's like, oh, wow, she has, like, a lot of, like, antiques, little knickknacks and all that good stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then she walked into the backyard. And in the backyard had the whole,
Like the pentagram.
the pentagram, everything. And then she walks into the garage, and there was jars with like dead cats and dead animals and some like fluids, just
Oh,
all
man.
all in the garage, just stored in there. And that is something that might affect a buyer to want to buy the house.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean a little bit. Yeah.
So she had I think the description was religious practices have been used at this house, right? Because you know what I mean? Because she had to disclose that. So I
Yeah.
thought that was super funny.
That's funny.
Well,
Oh yeah, just like
she
the
even had
Exorcist.
a cauldron in the backyard, which is beyond me. You know what I mean?
I don't even want to know what's
She's
in that.
making some spells, you know.
Hey.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But on a more wild side, they're also selling this house. I don't think it was around here. It was probably more west. They were selling this house, but next door, this guy had a sign that said, "Ask to see the pictures before you buy this house." All right. The house next door, not the house that was getting sold, but the house next door, a guy played Russian roulette and blown his head off, and they had pictures.
Aye.
That
What?
house did not sell for the longest time.
Well, yeah.
You know, and it's like
Yeah.
it's weird because it's not the house being sold. It's next door, but then it's like, people don't want to be in a neighborhood with that type of crazy going on.
Yeah, you say, what's this texture on this wall? Rain.
Brains. So hearing all these crazy stories in real estate, it's like, it's exciting because it's not just going to houses.
Yeah, it's not just go to houses.
Yeah.
Like you'll never find out what you do at a different house.
I'm not huge on like ghosts or anything like that, but I do psych myself out. And I had an open house one time, and like from the get-go, I was just like, it was vacant, it was empty, it was like an older style home, and I kind of got the creeps, And then I
Yeah.
found out that the person died inside the house. Oh, now my hair is standing up. I'm getting like chills, bro. I was by myself for like 3 hours at that house, dude. I didn't.
Psyching yourself out.
Oh my gosh, there's this house in Redlands, and the outside looks beautiful. I'm like, oh, this is a nice house.
Yeah.
And then you walk in, and it's creepy. Like it was the most creepiest house I've walked into, and it was just me. I was actually waiting for like the termite or the inspector to come.
Yeah.
But he never came. So I'm hanging around in this house, and like the stairs, just like it was so old when you walked in, like your footsteps made noises upstairs. So as soon as I walked in, I thought there was someone inside the house. I was tripping. And then just like, it was like 3 stories and it just got smaller and smaller when the higher you got, you know? And like everything was just torn apart, beat up, and super old. It was
Yeah.
it was like southern or south side Redlands.
Oh,
so
okay,
there's a
yeah.
lot of like historical homes and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And it was kind of like around that time. So it was just like, you know, being in that house was just, I didn't like it, man. I didn't like it at all. So,
Do you ever get like any weird questions at like open houses? Like just some weird.
I mean, define weird, right? Because like, I mean, some guy asks like, how many volts is this house?
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't.
Yeah.
Like, you're probably gonna have an inspector come check that out, right? Like,
Yeah.
I can't tell you. And I mean, he had a good reason for it. In his business, he needed like a certain amount of voltage because he was running his business inside his home.
Probably 220.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So preferably, you know. But I mean, I haven't had too many weird questions.
I was at this open house in Azusa. Like we just decided to crash it because it was free pizza. And
what my mom did, yeah.
And so we were in there. There was quite a few people in there too. And this one dude was like asking like some like really ominous questions to the guy. It was like, you know, hey, how old is this wood that's, you know, inside this house? Like,
How old is this wood?
yeah, he's like, what type of granite is that pool? Like, it was like oddly specific, like 20 questions type stuff.
Really?
It was like, yeah. And like everyone was just like, come on, guys, it's just like,
Bro,
We
you're
were
being
just
extra,
on the
you're
pipe.
being too much.
Yeah.
Now, I did have, you know, with technology these days, you know how people get catfished?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you guys, a lot of these houses on the internet, catfish.
Oh yeah.
Dude, we checked out this house. I drove all the way to LA to go see this house, and in the pictures it looked nice. I was like, for this price, oh man, that's a breadwinner right there.
It's
You
in
know?
LA.
Yeah, it's in LA. I mean, it's expensive, but like just for the condition that I was in, it looked good.
Yeah.
We get there, horrible, dude. Like
Yeah?
we're talking, like in the picture, it made it look like there was fresh new paint, new flooring. No, the flooring was old, torn up, termited. The walls were just like scraped up. I was like, what did we walk in? Like the outside looked good, but the inside was just horrible.
Yeah.
And the house was getting sold for as is. So there's no inspection. Like they don't want to do any repairs, nothing. I was like,
Yeah.
this is beyond me. You know.
Yeah.
I did an open house in San Bernardino one time. This house literally did not have any doors. Front, back, inside the house.
Somebody stole them all. Yeah.
I don't know.
That happened to me quite a bit when I did burnouts.
Really?
I go one day, the house had all the doors, all the plumbing, electrical. Next day to go work up, everything's gone. Heat is gone,
Really?
stripped.
Wow. I know a lot of people during the foreclosures, like in 2008, 2009, they would basically gut the whole house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like I never. Usually when I go to houses, like when they sell them, they leave everything.
Yeah.
And it's like a
Yeah.
dump. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, really? Now we got to clean up your mess, you know? And a lot of times it's because like they were renting there for, you know, 10 plus years, and then that property gets sold and they have to move out, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of like petty, but they do that. You know, they just leave everything. They're like, you know what, screw it, fine. Then you got to
Yeah.
clean them up. They probably trashed it before anything. You
Yeah,
know?
I don't doubt it.
That or like squatters.
Yeah, squatters.
I think if I was going to go to open house, I would ask questions like, how many bodies can I get in that closet?
Just some weird stuff.
Weird stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, the funniest thing I think when it comes to real estate is when like when people already have their mind set on something,
Yeah.
right? And it's not in reality. It's just not there. And I've contacted like a family or two for over a year now, and they have this one specific house that they imaged but they never seen before, but they're looking for it.
Yeah.
But it's like, how do you know what I mean? You drew your own picture in your head, and now you're trying to like find it in real life. It's like beyond me, you know?
They'd have to make it from scratch.
Yeah, they
Deal
can
with it.
they can do that themselves, you know?
Yeah.
And they always say, "Oh, you're going to find your dream home."
Nope.
But usually people move like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, except for Ken, guys.
Not me.
I mean, you got a pretty sweet deal, right?
Yeah, but my first wife, first year we moved 7 times. No, not kidding.
Was that your wife's decision?
Yes. I come home from work. She goes, "Oh, I found a better place." You got to be kidding.
What's better than this?
So we moved to California. I said, "Find a house. I'm not moving. So you better find a house you like." So it took like 3 months. She looked at a bunch of houses. She said, "Well, this one's okay." I said, "No, that's not okay. We'll look at another house." And then we picked these houses.
Now, so she kind of had that pattern with those homes, like, oh, there's a better place, there's a better thing.
Cheaper.
Right. Did that come into like anything else in her life when it came to like, you know, I don't know, maybe like her car or like clothes or just like
No,
just
no.
her lifestyle at all?
No, not at all.
Really?
No. She wasn't fancy. She didn't wear makeup. She didn't wear fancy clothes.
Yeah.
She was happy with any car that she drove. She was just, because the way she was raised, you know, she didn't have much. She had a horse, but she lived in the country. But that's all she had. I mean,
So having like a nice house was probably important to her.
yeah, nice house was important. Yeah. Second
We'll
wife,
get to you in a second. No, I'm
Yeah,
just
we'll
kidding.
get to
better watch out.
Don't worry, I got you.
We'll be walking home.
It's a nice day out, you know. Do you guys have any plans for the summer or anything? What's going on?
We'll probably go to the beach.
Yeah, we'll probably go to the beach a lot.
Kyle likes to surf, you know.
Surf?
Body surf.
Yeah,
Body surf. You
yeah.
good at body surfing?
I am.
Dude,
Yeah.
I saw a video of this guy like legitimately like body surfing.
No, he's not that good,
But you don't know. Kyle could be out there just.
he scares me though. He goes way out there. All I see
I
is
know,
his,
I go out there.
his head
Really?
bobbing.
I do-
His
I
head's
do it for
bobbing
sure.
way out there. I'm looking. All I see is a little head bobbing. I thought, oh, he's gonna give me a heart attack.
Bro, I have never went to the beach and went past like my belly button. Okay, like maybe my chest, like lower.
Oh, really?
Lower chest. I don't go any deeper.
Oh, I double that
Bro,
distance.
if
at
my
most.
feet are not touching that sand, I freak out.
Yeah?
No, he's way past
Yeah.
that,
Really?
and he stays out there for hours. Yeah,
Did I?
yeah.
Oh, that's YMCA, though.
Yeah.
That's not the ocean, Mom.
That's not the ocean,
Yeah.
Mom.
My uncle actually, he went out, you know, to the beach one time, and the current just took him out.
Yeah.
That happened to me.
Yeah, and he had to swim like 3 miles, like diagonal,
Yeah.
like with
Yeah.
the current, and he was by the time he made it to, like he really didn't think he was gonna make it.
Yeah, me neither.
Really?
Yeah, it was rough. I was freaking. I was trying not to. I knew what I had to do. I knew I had to go diagonal with the beach. And I kept going and going and didn't think I was getting closer to the shore. Then all of a sudden, I guess it changed and I got in and that was it for me.
Really?
I'm a belly button guy myself. That's it.
Belly.
I don't go past my belly button.
Yeah.
Even before my trade.
Yeah.
Now I don't go past my feet.
Yeah.
If
Same
I
here.
fall in, I'll drown.
Cause like even like it's not even just like, I mean, Mother Nature always last. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Type stuff. But like my favorite animal is what I'm scared of the most, which are sharks.
Yeah.
You ever seen like Shark Week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time there's attack, they say, "Oh, you know, I just heard a pop," and then their legs gone. You know,
Yeah.
like their teeth are so sharp and their
Their
jaws
whole
are
side.
so.
Yeah, there's a surfer, famous surfer. She lost an arm and she still surfs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember her name.
That's something.
Yeah.
That's something else.
Lost the whole arm.
That takes.
I would not go back, bro.
Nope.
I would have
No way.
PTSD. Are you kidding me?
Ugh.
I would have to like face my fear again. I saw this one video. These guys were cage diving, and a great white got inside the cage, and he started like the shark started freaking out, and he finally got out, and they're like, "Oh, no one was in there. No one's in there." Yeah, there was someone in there, bro. They took him out, and he was fine, but like he probably got like beat up, you know, like
Yeah.
moved around.
That happened to Shaq. He was in a cage, and the shark got in,
Really?
and they got him out real fast as they could, and you could tell he was just freaking out.
Really?
He goes, "You told me this was safe," and
That's crazy. Like, you guys seen that movie? What is that? 42 meters below or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I would
No.
never. I
Never.
would never.
Never.
And it's like, honestly, those make great movies only because it can happen.
Yeah.
But something I'm gonna watch out for if I ever go. It is on my bucket list. But I'm gonna make sure that boat does not have any rust. I'm gonna make sure everything is hooked up. I'm gonna do a whole inspection myself
Yeah.
before I go in there. You know.
Yeah. I'm telling you, like, I don't get claustrophobic, but if I'm underwater, I'm like super claustrophobic. Like,
Really.
yeah, I have to have like a plan A and plan B, like where to run, because like if I see water coming at me like that fast, I freak out. No way. I'm like, there's no way.
Are you a adrenaline junkie? I mean, you have to if you're friends with Timmy.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
would say so.
Yeah.
I didn't used to be like that, but Timmy made me like that.
Like, you got like cliff jumping and stuff.
I've been cliff jumping. Not with him, but I've been cliff jumping.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
see, that's something like I go cliff jumping, but I'm scared of cliff jumping.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, imagine, bro, you jump in the water and your feet just smack a rock. Like,
Yeah, no.
the
yeah.
worst pain is throbbing for me, because it's more of like a mental thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like that throbbing feeling, like, oh, just like I can get smacked, cut, whatever, but like
I've
throbbing.
seen people like just jump off the wrong area. So that's why I always wait for people to do it first. And be like, all right, I'm gonna do it from there.
Interesting.
Yeah, at Lake Paris, I had a friend die out there. He jumped off the rocks and he hit the back of his neck, his head, and broke his neck and died.
Really?
Yeah, we were at work. It was a real hot day. He says, let's go to Lake Paris. This guy had a boat. So we all went out there, and he jumped off there. I forget
You
what.
jumped off a boat or a
No,
rock?
he jumped off the rocks on the side of the shore. And he landed wrong on a rock.
Really?
Yeah, it was bad. I was there like 6 hours because of the police. They wouldn't let us leave. You know, what happened? Well, he jumped off the rock and he landed on a rock. I mean, what else is there?
Yeah.
Well, you can't leave. We need to know the whole Well, that's the whole story.
Story's short, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he drinking? Yeah.
Unfortunately.
We were all drinking, but that's not.
That's not
Why?
the point, officer.
That's not
the point.
Yeah, it was actually one of my like heroic moments, you know, because like we went to the Narrows up in like Running Springs.
Yeah.
By the way, that water was so cold.
Yeah.
Like, I dipped my feet in and it started tingling because it was like, you know, it was really cold. But then you see my sister just chilling in the water. I don't get women, bro. They can go in cold water and be fine. But anyways, so my brother, you know, he's in the Marine Corps and he had all his buddies come by, and they're all machine gunners, you know, and they're all like, ooh, you know. And at the Narrows, there's different levels of heights that you can jump off from. And I think the highest one is like called Red Dot or Black Dot. I think it's like 80 to 98 feet, just under 100 feet. And there's a small window, a small gap that you got to make it in. Well, anyways, I did not cliff jump that whole day. I was like, y'all are, like, I'll watch, I'll take some videos, like, we're cool, you know?
Yeah.
And then, like, JC, he would jump off of, you know, 30, 40-footer, 50-footer, all that good stuff. So his buddy was like, dude, I'm not afraid to die. Like, I'll jump off the tallest spot right now. So he climbed to the top, bro. And it's like,
I'll tell you what.
the peak, it was like looking at the sun. You're just like, whoa, like he's so high up there. And so I'm on the left side. I'm on like towards the wall, and everyone else is like more towards like, let's say like land, right? I'm in the rock area. I'm not jumping in or anything like that. I climbed my way up. I was gonna climb my way back down. I was not gonna jump in that water, but I just wanted a better view. I wanted a front view so I can take a video of them.
Yeah.
And I have that video. I'll show you guys. And so it was just me and my buddy Cole, and then everyone else is, you know, on the other side, and you can't really see him. But he jumps, and he swings his arm, and that arm carried the momentum, and he started to, like, flatten out in midair, and he just, boom, he smacks the water, and I see his back, like, come up, and then start to disappear back into the water. And the water was dark. And everyone's like, jump in, like, save him. And I was scared of cliff jumping. I was not worried about the cold water, but when I was seeing him disappear in the water, I knew like if I did not do anything, I would hate myself.
Yeah.
So I jumped in, and I'm like underneath him, and I'm like trying to push him up, but no matter how hard I tried, like I was going down with him. And luckily Cole was there too, and he jumped in, and bro, I felt so bad because I remember I just grabbed his neck and I just like tried to shove it above the water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trying to have him breathe, but that didn't work. But we finally got him above the surface, and then we kept pushing him towards the shore, and then like everyone else grabbed him and pulled him out. And it was like a movie because he was just laying there completely like just still
Yeah.
for like 30 seconds. And 30 seconds of like anything is a long time.
Long time.
Yeah.
You know, of like anticipation, like 30 seconds, you're like, wow. Like, and like, we all thought he died. We're like, oh my gosh. And then just like the movies, all of a sudden he just starts coughing up water, like out of random. You know what I mean? But then he started like bleeding out of his nose, bleeding out of his mouth.
Yeah.
And like he didn't know where he was. And we're just like, this is crazy. And the way to get down there is like climbing down big blocks.
Oh yeah.
And it's one way in, one way out. So we had to call the ambulance, obviously, because he's bleeding out of every hole. This guy, he climbed those big blocks to the top. And usually people have to get like helicoptered, like picked up and stuff, you know? And it was like one of the saddest things I've seen. And he goes to the hospital, and this is his first time in California, like going outside of base. And this happens to him. You know, he had like a punctured lung, broken neck. He had like micro holes in his brain. Like, this guy got messed
That's
up.
crazy.
You know, and
Probably ruined his career.
it did. He couldn't.
Yeah.
He couldn't go on deployment.
Yeah.
You know, and he was a dog. You know, like he was a Marine. Like that was like what he wanted to do, and he just, you know, he messed up.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like it was all fun and games until
Yeah.
like something tragic.
Same thing at Lake Paris.
Yeah.
We're all joking, laughing.
Mhm.
Even when he went in, we were laughing, and then we weren't laughing.
Yeah.
Just that split second, we knew something was wrong.
And like I feel like that's when like people will start to realize like how fragile like we really are.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of people we think, not that we think, but we live our days as if we're immortal.
Yeah.
You
we're
know,
not,
and
yeah.
that's just like the biggest problem in my eyes when I see things, and I have my own problems, but it's like people, you know, they live their life to live life, I guess.
Not
but-
me. I live life for money.
Yeah.
I don't want to hurt myself.
Yeah.
You know. No.
But I mean,
Cliff jumping, no.
no. What about skiing?
I tried skiing.
Yeah.
I did it once. Didn't like it.
No.
No.
You
I had snow in places that shouldn't have snow.
really? What about you, Kyle? Have you skied before or
Oh,
snowboard?
snowboard. I want to ski next year for sure.
Really?
I've never done skiing.
Bro, you know they came out with like newer, innovated skis. They're like smaller.
Yeah.
They're just a little bigger than your feet, and you just like they're almost
Oh,
like
yeah.
rollerblades, bro.
Yeah.
They're so cool. I've never done skiing, snowboarding, none of that. I'm so tired of getting hurt. I don't do that stuff no more.
Yeah.
You know, I'm an old man at this point.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I hate throbbing or the feeling of throbbing. And like Timmy, first time, this is crazy. First time Timmy went snowboarding, he tried to do a backflip, like off a ramp.
Yeah.
First time.
First time. Broke his arm.
Yeah.
Didn't even know he broke his arm.
He was always breaking his arm.
Oh my gosh.
He's always
I don't know how
breaking
many times he broke his.
This guy broke his hand, and then like 5 minutes later, boxed me and knocked me out with a broken hand, and he didn't even know. I was like, it was on my birthday, by the way, Joe. We were not okay.
Brothers.
It was my ninth birthday, and no, we're all on the trampoline. We're like, hey, we're all gonna box, and then like the best fighters at the end, like, you know, we're doing like brackets and everything. 9 years old, and it ended up being me and my oldest brother. 9. Yeah, you know, like you versus you, and if you win, then you versus you, you know, and then like we did the whole thing, right? And so it ended up being me and my brother, and we're on the trampoline, and like right before we fought, he decided to punch his friend's hand, like just glove to glove as hard as they can. And that's what broke his hand, broke his knuckle. He got a boxer fracture on his knuckle. Yeah. So his knuckle crushed like a can, like a soda can. And then it was my turn to fight him. And we're on the trampoline, and he steals my jump. Like, he launches me forward. And you're in midair. You can't really do anything. And he just, right. And he just, ding, 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 ding. And then I wake up, and I start crying. I was in front of all my friends. I was 9 years old. So he got grounded for a whole year. Yeah. My dad was like, "Why would you knock your brother out on his birthday?" He's like, "You're grounded."
Because he was there.
Yeah. And then my dad was like, "You're grounded until his next birthday."
Oh,
and he kept it to it, man. He was like, "No, you can't hang out with your friends." You know, like, our punishment, it was weird because we don't play video games. We didn't really watch movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, our punishment was like, you can't go outside.
Yeah.
Drive us crazy.
Yep, that's how we were.
You know, and like Timmy, like he can always think of something to do, right?
Yeah.
But JC had like, what is that called? Like cabin fever or something? Like he was grounded one time, couldn't go outside. He literally he lost his mind.
Yeah.
And then he like started punching things. He stormed outside. He grabbed a pickaxe and just started swinging on the ground, bro. Just like releasing all his energy out, just because he could. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, he was. Yeah, around that time. This is all when we were young and dumb, you know. And it's like, I was like, I would have been a homebody, but having Timmy and JC around and
That's
like
hard.
Harrison, they're like, no, you can't have a day off. Like, we're gonna go outside. We're gonna ride our bikes to like the next city. I'm like, bro. I'm like 11 years old, dude. I don't want to ride my bike to a different city.
Yeah, it's like just.
You know, we're gonna go on an adventure. Where are we going? Doesn't matter. Let's go. I'm like, oh my gosh.
I remember taking the Braswell's Trail.
Dude.
He was like, this is a shortcut.
Nah.
And then we ended up at Beaumont. I'm like, give him Beaumont. Like,
Bro.
I'm about to have my mom come pick me up or something.
Shortcut or
So
not,
we
that is a
walking back.
long hike.
It is.
It's
like 10 miles.
yeah, it's minimum like 2 hours.
Yeah.
We used to stay up until 5 a.m. and then go to the tallest mountain that we can see, on foot.
Yeah.
And it would take like 2 hours to get there. And then it's like 7 o'clock, and then sun's hitting you, and then you're just tired, and then you realize, oh, now we have to walk back home.
Yeah.
It was the worst.
When I first moved out here with my brother Mike, my older brother, we walked from Mentone up to Big Bear. Took all day.
What?
We got up there, and we had to call my sister to come get us because we were just
Your feet were probably
we were
numb.
not gonna walk back.
Heck no.
No. Going back to Timmy, the last time he broke his arm on his motorcycle when he wiped out on the freeway,
Yeah.
he didn't even know he broke it.
That's what I'm saying.
How do you not feel that pain?
He does not
He went to
know.
work, and it's out.
Yes,
And his
oh,
boss
no.
says, "You need to go get that checked."
Yeah.
And
it was-
he showed Kyle. Kyle says, "I need to take you to hospital."
That's funny. Before we go on break, I'm gonna tell you this one story. This is actually recently. This is like 2 weeks ago, and it kind of has like two stories to it. But anyways, this girl was jumping on the trampoline. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. It was a Monday night. Didn't make sense. She did a front flip, and all you hear was just her foot just she's screaming in pain. Everyone else is laughing. I'm not laughing. I was like, that's some I heard that crack. It was serious. Me and Tim were like, oh, dude. We go inside. Her foot's not swollen. There's no discoloration. There's nothing, right? But obviously she's in pain. And we're like, well, do you want us to call the ambulance? She's like, yeah, call the ambulance. Ambulance comes by. And they're like, nah, your foot's not broken. We'll just ice it, right? She goes to the hospital the following morning, broken in 3 different places.
What?
Saw the x-ray.
Stupid ambulance.
But we're just like, what the heck? But what was funny was the paramedic, he looked at me, he's like, hey, bro. I was like, what's up? He's like, I remember being here at this house. And I started laughing because he came in like 5-6 months ago for Paul when he busted his eyelid or his eyebrow. And there's just like blood everywhere. And he's like, dude, I remember being here. I was like, dude, that's so funny. Like, it's the same guy, you know, same
Yeah.
call. And I felt bad. I was like, hey, I'll make sure, like, it's a little more serious next time when you when you come by the house.
But it
you
was
know?
serious.
I mean, it was serious, right? But at that time, he was like, oh, there's nothing wrong. It's not broken.
So,
you know?
so how'd she break her foot?
She tried to do a front flip on the trampoline, but she, like,
Oh.
Probably hit the edge.
honestly, when I heard it and when I saw her, I thought it was her shoulder. Because, like, she did not land that front flip. But she did something to her foot. I don't know. It was weird.
It was weird.
I couldn't tell you. We always have those weird moments. But, hey, whatever works, right?
Whatever works.
All right, you guys, we are going to be taking a...
From the Bureau of Economic Geology, this is Earth Date. Mark your calendars and buy some eye protection, because on August 21st, 2017, the U.S. will experience a total eclipse of the sun. A total eclipse happens when the moon passes perfectly in front of the sun, blocking its view from the Earth. Only a small path across the U.S. will see the sun completely obscured. But that path of totality stretches from Oregon to South Carolina, passing over nearly 50 million people. If you were to view the eclipse from space, you'd see a small moon shadow 70 miles wide cast upon the surface of Earth and moving quickly across it at 1,500 miles an hour. From Earth, you can experience this moving shadow too. If you're lucky enough to witness the total eclipse from a mountaintop, you'll see the moon shadow racing toward you from miles away. Eventually, it will engulf you. Darkness will fall. The temperature will drop 10 to 15 degrees. You'll see what looks like sunset on all horizons. Birds will stop chirping, and crickets may start. But don't blink. This ethereal scene will last only about 2.5 minutes before the shadow races on. The experience can be awe-inspiring, even unnerving, and you'll understand how early cultures would have given powerful religious significance to a total eclipse. If seeing one is on your bucket list, head to the Path of Totality on August 21st, find some high ground, and look to the heavens, wearing the right eye protection, of course. I'm Scott Tinker, and I hope you'll enjoy this coming date on Earth.
Earth Date is produced by the Bureau of Economic Geology at the University of Texas at Austin. Earth Date is researched by Julie Hennings, written by Harry Lynch, and distributed by Mark Blunt and Casey Walker. For more stories, follow us on Facebook or visit earthdate.org.
Open for takeout and delivery, El Tapiac Mexican food restaurant in the Tri-City Center of Redlands is back. Their entire family is on hand to serve up their delicious burritos, machaca, chorizo, huevos rancheros, steak and eggs, just part of their mouth-watering great food. Since 1531, people have marveled at the miracle of El Tapiac, and now you can marvel at the great food the Lugo family has been serving up for over 2 decades, nestled quietly in the corner of the Tri-City Center shopping mall next to Burlington Coat Factory. Support them. They can't wait to serve you some of their delectable, authentic, south-of-the-border Mexican fare at great prices, served up with love. Support the area's best-loved Mexican food restaurant in these tough times. Order up a tasty meal on the phone for delivery or takeout for breakfast, lunch, or dinner from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 909-307-0017. That's 909-307-0017. Or Google El Tapiac Redlands and treat yourself.
What is the Del Walmsley Radio Show?
Welcome to the Del Walmsley Radio Show, where the hype ends and the help begins.
You need to stop being dependent on a paycheck. All of these self-help motivational people, they wind you up like a little clock. Click, 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 and then they'll let you go. Boom!
Who is the show about?
I'm your host, Del Walmsley, and as always, we're working on your financial freedom.
Learn the secrets of building wealth from Del Walmsley. Weekdays from 11 a.m. to noon, right here on KCAA.
Bob Vila here with my home improvement tip of the day. If your bathroom is looking a bit dated, but there's no room in your budget for a complete remodel, why not think in terms of small upgrades that'll spruce things up? One such project is replacing old discolored caulk around the bathtub with new fresh-looking silicone caulk. Start by applying some caulk softener to the old caulk and let it sit for a couple of hours. Once the old caulk's softened, use a stiff putty knife to remove it. Then, after getting rid of any remaining soap scum or debris, apply rubbing alcohol to kill any mildew that may have been lurking behind the old caulk. Once the area is dry, fill the tub with water to ensure it's fully settled, then apply a good quality silicone caulk. Make sure it's one that's especially made for bathrooms and contains a mildewcide. That'll help keep your tub looking clean and inviting. Get more info at bobvila.com and right here at home with me, Bob Vila.
Octave, but yeah. So like that, I can sing, you know, or like country music, because then I can go low, I just can't go high.
Yeah.
You know, so and there's only certain country songs I can sing, so it's very limited, and I'm not even that big of a country singer.
No, you're not.
It's just what I'm capable of singing. Like Kyle's been with me when we do karaoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always that one song that I play every time.
Yeah, that's good direction.
Yes, sir. Good direction.
Yeah,
Real
good
quick, 2 weeks ago we were up in Ukaipa at that concert.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We went to Stay Tuned concert.
And Kyle was moving Sylvia. He was grooving with the music. And I'm looking at him, and he's bobbing his head, moving his hips.
I'm telling you.
He got that from me. I said, oh, man, I'm sorry.
There's... Uh-huh.
Yep.
Really?
That's about as much as I move. She was all over the place.
Yeah, and that's how you guys balance each other out, you know?
Yeah.
But it was funny. I just couldn't.
Kyle has this, like,
I got
this
this
bounce to him,
Bounce,
and
yeah.
I'm like, that's so killer, bro. I like it. Like, it's the subtle things that really get people, because I went to my friend's birthday, and it's you know, it's like a Mexican party, like, you know, there's their culture, whatever. And, like, I'm out there dancing, and, like, the dad, he's like, no, like, he's like, play it cool, bro. And he's like, just, like, subtle, like, just move your feet just a little bit. You don't have to be all crazy, you know? And then just, like, you know, you with your balance, it's just like, it's like
doing like a...
You know, it's cool, man. It's
nice
like,
and easy.
Yeah. Like, JC, all he does is just little rock forward and then a little rock back, and I crack up every time, because he used to dance like that since middle school, and that's how he still dances now. And it's like, bro,
and then like he'll move back and forth.
Yeah.
It's like he's doing the cha-cha.
The cha-cha, yeah.
It's funny.
It's so funny.
Kyle don't move his arms. He just moves his
moves the hips,
moves his hips.
Move the hips.
That's
his head. His head moves.
Just the head and the hips. It's kind of like an illusion.
Yeah.
No, but that's how you're supposed to dance. You got to dance with your hips, right?
Yeah.
You got to move the hips. So I took in, was it freshman year, they did dance, right? Did you do that for PE?
Yeah, we had to. Yeah.
Okay. Did you like that?
Honestly, I loved it because, like, you know, I was really good. Like, first time, like, everyone else, like, took, like, a few times. And I got, like, the tango, I could do.
Really? Kyle with the tango.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got to see that.
Right?
And, like, I don't remember the moves, but, like, when I did it, like, I just watched it once and I did it.
Nice.
And it was,
And you got to dance with the pretty girls, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you had to rotate. You had to dance with everybody.
You had to dance with everybody.
Yeah. And, you know, if there was, like, a odd number, like, you can jump. You know, like, if you didn't want to dance with her, you can jump to the next one. Like, if you wanted, you know?
Yeah.
And the reason why I bring that up is because I did that freshman year. I had a blast. It was a great time. But then, like, the dance moves that they teach you are moves and, like, line dances that people do at clubs and stuff like that. So it's relevant to the world. And so I kept with it. I started doing those dances and stuff. And then, like, I swear to you, like, or to myself, when JC met Erica for the first time, we're at this park, and it was, like, late at night. We're just being hoodlums, young and dumb. And they were dancing the whole time, like, hours. But
really?
I'm telling you, bro, he was stealing my moves, and he was claiming them to be his. I was like, no, JC, you can't do this, bro. Those are my moves. You're using my moves.
JC, you got to do your rock. What are you
doing? And, I mean, maybe that's what made her fall in love. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
But, like, literally no one else is dancing. We're just hanging out, drinking, just, you know, and it's just JC and Erica just twirling, swinging, just sweating.
That's crazy.
Know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, that's something I'll never forget, though. I'm like,
and that was at 7th Street Park?
This was at the Horse Park on California.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And kind of in the wash, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They question. Yeah.
Yeah. When I used to sneak out and stuff, and like before I used to steal my mom's car and everything, you know, we did everything on foot, right?
Yeah.
And I would walk all the way down to Ukaipa, walk all the way back up. Excuse me, I had a burp. But the horse park was like a place where like I used to sleep on that roof. That
Really?
roof. Sorry. Yeah. Because it was like I was so tired. It was like 4:00 in the morning. My feet hurt. We're like almost home. We're like, all right, let's just like lay down real quick. And we would climb on top of the roof and then just lay there for like, I don't know, like an hour or two, get some sleep. And then got to get back up. Sun's coming up. Mom's waking up. You know what I mean? Got to make sure I do my thing. And I think I told my mom this. If not, she's listening right now, so she's going to find out. But I would sneak out almost every single night, right? It was like religious. And one time she caught me. She was blowing my phone up. I was almost home. I was making it home, but it was like 5:00 in the morning. Where are you? Da, da, da. I was like, Mom, I went for a morning run. You know, like it was early enough to be like, yeah, I went for a morning run. Because we're all like fitness people, you know?
Yeah.
So she was like, oh, okay, well, make sure you get home. Da, da, da. That day, she bought me running shoes. You know, like, because she cared. She's like, oh, my son's going out running. I'm going to get him some running shoes.
Yeah.
Love my mom. But then now I felt like I was dedicated to start going on morning runs. Right?
So you're sneaking out, and then you go to the party, and then like, all right, I got to go on my morning run.
Right. And I went the following day. I was like, all right, that was the one day I did not go out, but I did wake up at 5 in the morning, and I was going on my morning run. And I was like, I'm doing this, and it's a good feeling, you know, going on a morning run, waking up early, birds are chirping, and I see this cute little husky. And I'm like, man, like you can't even see his eyes because it's so fluffy, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, dude, that's such a cute dog. And I was gonna like go up to it, and then across the street there's 3 other dogs, big dogs, you know. And they started across the street towards me and towards the little puppy, and I was like, okay, obviously these dogs do not want me to touch this puppy, so I'm gonna walk across the street. So we're like almost like zigzagging through, and these dogs just started coming after me. This is the first day going on a morning run, bro. And I started screaming, 5:00 in the morning, help! I'm just sprinting because these dogs are chasing me. And then this one got so close to me, I turned around and just like side kicked it, you know? And then they just like took off. Never went on a morning run after that. I'm done. I'm not doing this, man. No. Yeah, treadmill, yeah. Because like, you know, I was like, okay, coyotes, yeah, they're, you know, they could attack you, whatever. But I didn't think like domestic dogs are out there running around the streets too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Especially 3 of them. I was like, there's no way. I thought it was a trap. Like I really did, because you can't. This little puppy, bro, is so cute. I had to pull out my phone. Like I don't do that. You know what I mean? But it's like it was a setup from the get-go. You know.
Little puppy drew you in.
Yeah.
For the big dogs.
Yeah, for the big dogs, man. They're hungry
it's like
too.
It's like a little gang going on.
Dogs gotta eat, you know. So. Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and honestly, that was like my only dog experience I had. Other than that, like, you know, dogs love me.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Yeah, I had a couple of bad experiences.
Couple bad experiences?
Yeah.
Hey, you know they say dogs can tell if you're a good or bad person.
Yeah.
Okay.
I must have been a bad person that day.
I guess so, a couple times. I mean, that and babies. Like babies and dogs, they say they can tell if you're a good or bad person. So.
Yeah.
How are you? Okay, so what's going on with this dog story? What happened?
German Shepherd chased me and bit me in the back of the leg.
Really?
Yeah.
It got you?
That quick. I didn't even hear it. It was a stealth. I didn't hear a bark, a growl.
What?
All of a sudden I looked back and there it was, and it just bit the back of my leg.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang. What about you, Kyle? You ever had any dog attacks happen to you?
No. I mean, no, not dog attacks. I had this bobcat chase me once.
What?
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, Kyle has the craziest stories. Like, yeah. All right, so what happened, bro? Where were you? Where was this bobcat?
We were in the Enchanted Forest up in what's it called, by Raging Waters, that town. What's that city called? San Dimas.
San Dimas. Okay.
and there's this place called the Enchanted Forest. And so we were just hiking. We were just, messing around. And we were drinking a little bit, And I wasn't going to drive, so I was drinking. And all of a sudden, I see this cat. And I was like, oh, it's a cute cat. Walk up, and it got bigger. Like, as soon as closer
As you
I
get
got,
closer, yeah.
and this thing was huge. I was like, I think this is a bobcat. And it scratched my shirt.
No kidding.
It swiped my shirt. I ran so fast.
No kidding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I only saw one bobcat, and it was I think it was like last year or whatever. But I scared it away by laughing, just because we saw the bobcat prior, and then we're like, we'll let that bobcat go, and then we're walking down the trail. I was like, bro, you know how funny that'll be? You turn around the corner, that bobcat's there, and literally that bobcat was just chilling there, and it was just dead silent, and I had to laugh. I had to laugh so hard because I called it. I was like, this is too funny, and then the cat just like jumped and got away. Not that I was like trying to catch it, but just scurried away.
Yeah, I'm all right from this bobcat, bro. And I heard someone yell. Someone that went with us. I didn't know him, but he was like an acquaintance. He was like, "You got to act bigger than you are." And so I run around this tree, and I do like a quick turn around, and I start running at the bobcat, and then I was chasing the bobcat, and then it was like, all right, no, this is a prank. So it stopped and it turned around as I was running at it.
Tested you,
and I was like, yep. I curved off to the right, and he was just staring at me. Yeah.
Dang, he called your bluff. He was like, nah.
Yeah.
He's like, wait a minute, I never got chased. I chase, I don't get chased.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's so crazy, dude. Yeah, we used to have this this iguana, and
I remember that.
It was Timmy's first iguana, and it was about almost a 3-footer.
Yeah.
And he paid a lot of money for it, but it was so aggressive.
It was
like, because it was always in a tank, right? But as like little kids, we want to take it out. We want to like put it out in the sun, like,
walk it.
Yeah, walk it if we could. And we used to get oven mitts to like try to grab this big lizard,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, because you like gnaw at you, right?
Yeah, but it was crazy. JC. So I got an iguana. It was green. Timmy got an iguana. It was turquoise. And then JC got an iguana. It was red.
Yeah.
But the way he picked it out, he's like, oh, that one's cool. Can I see it? And he's like running around the tank, being wild. It was a crazy one, right?
Yeah.
And then the pet store guy was like, hey, be careful. Like, it's very aggressive. Like, this is the most aggressive one. And then JC's like, let me see him. And he just sticks his like thumb out, and that iguana just bit his thumb and started like trying to tear it up. JC didn't show any emotion, and then that iguana just tamed after that, because he realized like he can't mess JC up.
Yeah.
And that was his pet. I was like, dude, I would never like voluntarily let like an animal bite me.
No way.
You know what I mean?
No way.
Like, you seen those videos of those guys who will purposely like get stung and like try to raid them?
That's crazy.
It's insane. I wouldn't.
No way.
Yeah, that one guy almost died from something. He stepped on, I forget what it was. I think it was a sea urchin or something.
Really?
He had to step on it for like 3 seconds, and it put him in a hospital.
Really?
Yeah.
That's gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen them get bit by like snakes and tarantula wasps.
Yeah, that's how this guy was.
Yeah.
He'd do anything.
I would not. The only thing I would do was like catch like little insects and feed them to spiders. That's what we did as kids. We wouldn't like, hey, let's try to get bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unbelievable.
Real quick, my niece had 2 pets at one time, and it was like a sun or like a snake. I forgot what it was called. Cornflower snake or like corn snake or something.
Yeah,
cornfield
snake.
Yeah.
And then she had like a guinea pig, and she both named them Sunflower. Like any pet she had, it was Sunflower. And so, they both got out, and we were like, we need to find the guinea pig, because this snake is gonna go after it. And sure enough, we open up the closet door, and it's wrapped It's got it in like a headlock. It's got it like a headlock, so we had to like get it out. Luckily they were both good, but like it was like choking it out in like a submission.
Bro.
Like,
Who are you talking about, Kylie?
yeah, Kylie.
Kylie had a bunch of pets.
I know, and they were all named something.
She had this huge turkey. It was
turkey?
humongous.
Yeah. She had,
pigs and about
goats.
5 goats and chickens and ducks.
Snakes and hamsters and guinea pigs. That's
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the pigs.
pig.
and they're all sunflowers.
Oh my God.
All right,
That
you
girl.
guys. Unfortunately, we're out of time. It's one of those amazing podcasts. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay safe out there. Happy Sunday. You guys are listening to Whatever Works. I'm Sam Works.
I'm Kyle Kerrigan.
And I'm Ken Carey.
We'll see you guys next week, okay? Stay blessed.
KCAA, where every day is a great day.